everybody. Johnny Van Zandt here from Skinner. You're watching RMS with Richard Norton. Sales and inspiration.
Yeah.
There you go. On American Hearts Radio, WebTV.
Welcome to RMS Sales Training and Inspiration. Rich Norton here, thrilled and excited to be here with you tonight. Again, thank you so much for all your encouragement. The feedback that I've been getting is amazing, and I'm so thankful that I'm able to bless you and serve you and help you to become successful in the field of selling. Whether you're with RMS, Retriever Merchant Solutions, or you're looking to get into sales, or you're any type of other sales, I hope this helps you, because these are valuable tools that are going to help you to become successful. I'm going to leave off, kind of take you where I left off last time, but I want to talk about integrity, because that's really, really important. If you want to be successful in anything, integrity truly, truly makes a difference. You show me someone that doesn't have integrity, I'm going to show you someone that has a really short career. Sometimes they may think, well, I'm getting over on people and I'm making all kinds of money. I promise you this, and trust me, eventually that's going to catch up with them. Do it right. Do it the correct way. I'll give you a prime example. I'm not perfect, but I try to always do it with integrity. 2 days ago, I'm driving out into the field and I'm working near Ocala, Florida. I receive a phone call for someone in Oxford, in the Villages area. And she calls me up, she goes, "Hi, Rich Norton, this is Rhonda from such and such a company. You had stopped by our business about 4 months ago, and we signed up one of our companies with your merchant processing. And we told you we were going to do one based on the fact we wanted to see if you were a man of your word and you were going to do real well with us." Well, several months have gone by, and we are very, very happy. We have 3 other big companies that I'd like for you to take a look at, and look at my merchant statements, see if you can help us out with those businesses as well. And thankfully, for some reason, I say a God thing, I was about a half hour from that area. And I tell you know what? I'm actually going to visit a merchant that I'm going to help out, and I be able to meet you right about 11:15. So she goes, "That's great, that's perfect timing, come on over." I get to the business and she's happy, very excited, waiting for me. She goes, "Here's my statements. Here's one. One is online processing. They do $1.25 million a year in credit card processing. Take a look at that one. Here's our store. We do almost $1 million in this business right here, and here's another store that does close to the same thing." Well, needless to say, I was able to help them with all 3 merchants, wrote all 3 of them up, walked out about 45 minutes later. Go God. That's what I was saying. But the reason being, because of that word integrity. Now, if I didn't have integrity and said, I'm just going to make a quick sale, make as much money as I can and forget about them, I wouldn't have never gotten those. So you get rewarded for doing the right things. And that's a classic example. What is integrity? Integrity is who you are when no one's looking. That's what integrity is. I want to read this to you. "Life is full of temptations to make compromises, large and small, to undermine standards of integrity. If you make a sale through a misrepresentation or half-truths, you lose in the end." What is integrity? As defined in the dictionary, integrity is uprightness of character, honesty. As I stated, it's who you are when no one's looking. Remember this, a company may spread itself over the whole world. They may employ thousands of men and women, yet the average person will form their judgment of a company based on their contact with one individual. If that person is rude or inefficient, it will require a lot of courtesy and efficiency to overcome that bad impression. Keep this in mind. Every member of our organization who comes in contact with the public gives an impression of our company, good or bad. Do your part to make your company's image an even better one. And I've seen this happen even in our company. I've had a few representatives, unfortunately they've had to be dismissed because they didn't have integrity. And they've gone into some businesses and maybe they didn't tell the whole truth, or maybe they didn't follow through on their promises. Meanwhile, we go back to them and we mention our name, and they're like, oh, we would never do business with that company right there because they don't tell the truth. Not the company, based on that one person, can ruin the image of the company. So I want you to have a long and successful career. Don't fall into any temptations. Do your part to make your company's image first class, where you can walk in and say, we're A+. We're not perfect, but we're A+. And you represent that company with the best ability and the most integrity that you possibly can. I hope that helps you, because that's real important for long-term and success. So we're going to leave off where I left, take you where I left off last time, and that was getting back to the appointments. When you're visiting merchants, again, you're going to find businesses that are not available. Make sure you grab as many business cards as you possibly can. Get your bucket flowed, okay? Get a flow going. Get as many cards as you possibly can. Set up your times for the next day. Set up your times for the future, because sales is all about momentum. It's all about having the mojo. The worst thing that people do is they work one day, they have a lot of success, and then it's like, I did great yesterday, I'm going to take the next day off. Or they work 2 days, take a day off. Work every single day, and you'll find that you will get momentum. Enjoy the work while you're working, and then when you're taking the time off, you're enjoying that also. So set as many appointments as you possibly can. Another thing I wanted you to write down for sales tips is, and I hope you got your notebooks and your pens, but avoid arguments with a prospect. Never argue if you want the sale. Keep on the same team as your customer. Do not win the argument and lose the sale. After all, who's going to buy from an enemy? So when you get an objection, I talked about this in our last show that we did. We talked about sales is eliminating the objections before they happen. So when you come across a merchant and they give you an objection, the worst thing that you want to do is get defensive. And I've seen that, where a person gives a presentation, they go all the way through it, all of a sudden the prospect gives an objection, and it's like, oh, I can't believe they said that. I can't believe it. And it completely messes up their presentation. Here's what I'm going to encourage you to do. Whenever you get an objection, here's how you handle it. I'm glad you brought that up. You're going to give them a positive affirmation. What a fantastic question. I'm so glad that you brought that up. What a great question. Man, I am so thankful that you brought that up. Whatever you say, make sure that you're giving positive feedback. Whatever objection that they have, you smile, shake your head, and say, fantastic point. I am so glad that you brought that up. You're one step ahead of me. I can tell that you're thinking on your feet. So you're building them up at the same time. And they're going to shake their head. Oh, yeah, that's me. That's how I roll. And now you're going to handle that objection. And then, for example, you're going to tell like a testimony. I'm glad you brought that up, because you know what? A couple of merchants that I talked to over this past week, they were in the same predicament that you were in, so I know exactly what you're talking about. This is what we did for them. And they were so happy and they were so thankful that we got them out of the mess. And then once you've handled that objection, do you remember we talked about in our last show, whoever is asking the questions is the one that's in control. So as soon as you handle that objection, I'm glad you brought that up. You give a testimony on how we're going to handle that, and then you come back with a question. Now, doesn't that make a lot of sense, Mr. Prospect or Mrs. Prospect? Can you see how we're helping everybody? Do you see how this works for our businesses? Oh, yes, we do. Objection handled. So rather than arguing with the business and getting defensive, I've turned it into a positive. So that's how you handle objections. Also, do not argue mentally either. Do not become irritated at things a potential customer may say to you. They will sense it. Again, body language. They can read that, even if you don't say it. This, like, I can't believe they said that. I can't believe they're thinking this. Oh my goodness, why are they asking me that question? So don't mentally become irritated either. Handle every objection positively. Also, courtesy. Common everyday courtesy applies. But at the same time, it's important that you're firm and that you're in control. Don't be nicey salesperson. You've all heard the expression, nice guys finish last. A lot of times people will walk into a business and they apologize for being there. I've seen this happen all the time. They walk in, it's like, hi, I know you're busy, I'm very sorry to bother you. And you may think that's courteous, but it's weak at the same time. So you can be strong and you can be courteous at the same time, but you do not want to walk into a business or a potential prospect and be a doormat, okay? So be courteous, but be strong at the same time. The next thing, understandability. Make sure that the people understand exactly what you are saying. If you find that you might be losing a prospect or you're losing a merchant, ask them a question. Reel them back in. Get them involved in what you're doing. Are you with me, Mr. Merchant? Okay, does that make sense to you? I didn't lose you, did I? You understand everything I'm saying? Do you see how that's helping everybody? Oh, yes, we do. So sometimes you got to bring them back in to your presentation. Make sure they fully understand what you're saying, because a lot of times if it comes down to the end, they might say, you know what, I got to think about this. But what they're basically saying is, I don't understand something. So you have to eliminate that before it happens. And then remember, you have the best program available for the merchant. Don't forget to show people that you believe in what you're doing. You have the best program that's out there. You got the best company, you got the best program, you got the best service. Be the best you and show the people that you believe in what you are doing. If you don't believe in what you're doing, they're not going to believe in what you're doing. If you show that you're excited about what you're doing and you believe in what you're doing, they're going to follow suit. You believe, they believe. I'm sure that makes sense to you. Let's take a short break and we'll be right back with some more positive things. I'm going to try to get into goal setting, and man, this is awesome. So thanks for joining us. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
Hey everybody, Johnny Van Zandt here from Skinner. Hey, I want you to donate to the Hands and Feet Westside. Westside's the best side. There you go. It's where I was born at. Anyway, hey, listen, they're feeding homeless vets, homeless people, helping people recover. They're a good organization. Don't forget, donate to the Hands and Feet Westside. God bless.
Rock and roll, bro.
Please donate to the Hands and Feet Foundation Westside today. This ministry is a 501c3 non-for-profit organization. They feed people everyday hot meals. They give away clothes and food, and they also offer a sanctuary and prayer. Donate to the Hands and Feet Foundation on the West Side, Jacksonville, Florida, right there on 103rd Street. God bless you. Tell them American Hearts Radio sent you. We're on a mission from God.
Please visit Hands and Feet Westside, www.facebook.com/handsandfeet.org, or give them a call at 904-465-5083. 904-465-5083.
Hi, Rich Rich Norton here with Retriever Merchant Solutions. Retriever Merchant Solutions is an independent sales office for Vantiv credit card processing. If you're a small business and you're tired of paying high credit card processing fees with a lot of garbage fees and you're getting terrible service, time to call us. We're a direct processor. We're going to give you better rates, better service, and you'll be happy you're with us. Call 904-434-4635. Just ask for Rich Norton. I'll be blessed and happy to help you.
Hey everybody, Johnny Van Zandt from Leonard Skinner here. Hey, come sail the Caribbean on the Southern Rock Cruise with all of our good friends. Hey, and we'll meet you over in Jamaica and play some Skinner for you. God bless.
Welcome back to RMS Sales Training and Inspiration. Very, very exciting. What a great, great night, and very thankful to share all this with you. Boy, that Southern Rock Cruise, that's one of my goals. I think I'd like to go on that and meet Leonard Skinner and all the Southern Rock bands, and that could be a goal for yours too. Come and join me. Let's look into that and have a great, great time and have a Southern Rock time. It'd be fantastic. Speaking of goals, that's what I want to talk about, goals and financial planning. Why are you in sales? Why are you doing this? There has to be a why. Now, the answer cannot be, I just want to make a lot of money and this seems like a good way to do it. That can't be. It's got to be a specific reason. It has to be a why. I want to paint a scenario for you which will make a lot of sense. I equate a lot of what we do to sports. Visualize this. It's a 7th game of the Stanley Cup Championship. You have the Chicago Blackhawks on one side. You got the Tampa Bay team on the other side. They drop the puck. This is what they've been fighting for, working for. It's the final game. Whoever wins this game is going to be the Stanley Cup champions. Chicago gets the puck, and they start skating towards the goal. They're ready. They get ready to shoot, and they look up, and there's no goal there. They stop. Tampa Bay, they get the puck. They start skating towards their goal. They're ready to shoot, and they look up. There's no goal. And they stop. And meanwhile, the players just start skating around until they finally stop. And the coaches say, "Why are you stopping this game?" And they say, "There's no goals." So what? Why should we play the game if there's no goals? The same is true when it comes to sales. Why should we do what we do if we have no goals? So setting goals is very, very important. I'm going to read something with you about goals and financial planning. And again, make sure you got notes and write some of this stuff down. This is the importance of goal setting. The most important key to success in any field is a clear goal. Without this, you cannot achieve anything measurable. It is impossible to complete any journey without a destination. The same is true of life, and especially true of this opportunity. You must know where you are going, or you will drift. It would be like playing football without goal lines or points. There'd be no end result to aim for, and the random movement would soon become repetitive and dull. The same applies to selling. A salesperson without a goal will have a very short career because the achievements will be small due to a low drive and low satisfaction level. So when you begin a sales career, if you haven't done this already, it's time to break out the notebook and pen and get really serious about becoming successful. You have to ask this question: why am I doing this? For most people, as I said earlier, the answer will be, I want to make a lot of money, and it seems like a good way to do that quickly. However, this reason is not good enough because it is neither a real nor a substantial goal. Why? The reason is that making money alone is not a good motivator unless it's backed up by a good reason for making it. Without a substantial motive for making money, it's going to be quickly spent since there's no future goal for which to save money. I've seen that happen in sales where people make a lot of money and they become broke at a higher level because they don't have any goals on saving money either. Your reason for making money may be anything. It must be an important personal concern. To be in this position, you must have an ambition and some idea of where you want to go in life. In other words, in sales, as in everything else, you must be going somewhere in order to succeed. To illustrate, let's say your goal is to save $30,000 to start a business, or maybe you want a down payment on a home. Now you've got something concrete to aim for, a specific, attainable goal of saving $30,000 and a strong reason for getting to that goal. This clarity of purpose will give you the mental strength to overcome adversity and to succeed where those without goals will fail and achieve. And I tell everybody, when you're thinking about quitting, remember why you started. Take a picture of what you want. So when you start your sales experience, sit down with a pen and paper and seriously consider what it is that you want. And then quantify it in dollars and aim for this goal with determination. If you really want something out of life and you have enough self-confidence and courage to fight for it, you'll never quit and you will succeed. So step one is dreams and goals. The whole idea is to have a dream and take that dream and turn it into a goal. So we have something in here which I'd like for you to write down, and I call it a dream sheet. And you should have something where you have travel and vacations. Write all that out. Where, how, automobile, kind, color, options, house, size, style, extras, money, savings, investment, career, salary, increase, benefit, promotions, children and family, education, activities, shared time, friendship, respect, and helping others. So you look over each one of these areas and you give yourself 24 hours to think seriously about each area of your life and the goals that you're going to set. After 24 hours of thought, write down beside each one of those subjects that I talked about. I'll go through them again. That what you would like to accomplish in each one of those areas. Remember, be specific. Make sure it's personal to you. If you cannot put it in one sentence and write it out, erase it. It's not specific enough, or you're really not serious about accomplishing it. So this is your dream sheet. I'm going to repeat this again. Travel and vacations. Number one. Where would you like to travel to? How? Write all that out. Take a picture of where you'd like to go. Automobile. I tell everybody this. What kind of car would you like to have? Take a picture of that car. Put it up on your refrigerator. Put it where you can see it. Put it on your mirror. Visualize that. Go to the car dealership. Take it for a test ride. Visualize it. Believe it. What kind of automobile? Be specific. Kind, color, the options. Also, what type of home would you like to have? Drive through the areas. If the mind believes it and willing to work for it, you can achieve it. The size, the styles, the extra. How about money? What types of savings? What types of investments? Your career. What type of salary? And sales, you can write your own ticket. You fill that in. The increases, the benefits, the promotions. And then children and family. I believe it's important not only to be successful in our business, but you want to have proper balance. You want to have success with your children and your family. I would rather my children say, you know what, my dad is a #1 dad, rather than him saying, my dad's a #1 salesperson. As much as I love being #1 salesperson, I want to be a #1 dad, or be a #1 spouse. Friendship. We ask your friends, what type of friend are you? Are you the best friend? The best vitamin for friendship is B1. How about in religion? What kind of ministries are you in? What type of things are you doing? Are you really serving? Are you helping others? When you're giving of yourself, the blessings that you receive go way beyond In fact, what I do out here, we're out here at Hands and Feet right now doing this show. You may have heard sirens going by. We're in a tough area right now, and I chose to be here. And the reason being is because I love serving in this ministry. It's a blessing, and that what I get out of it is way more than what the people come to this ministry. Absolute blessing. How about your mind? What are you feeding your mind with? What types of goals are you setting? How about education? How about reading? What are you reading? What type of music are you listening to? So once you've got these dreams and they're clear and it's specific, it's time to move from dream status to goal status. Because after all, goals are simply dreams with one important difference. A goal requires a plan of action for achievement. So step 2, identify the goal. I would say this: set your goal, plan your work, work your plan. Identify the why. Why do you want to do this? And then you set a deadline. What is my goal? In our type of business, you may say, this year I would like to write 200 merchants. Well, write that down, and at the end of the year, that's your deadline. Now you've got something to work for. Then you list all the obstacles. Everybody, I'm going to let you know that not everything goes smooth. I know I'm getting a lot of amens as I'm saying that. Not everything goes smooth. You will have challenges. You will have difficulties. Don't quit. Don't give up. March through them. Find out those obstacles and keep on going. So you make a list of the obstacles and how to overcome them. Also, identify the people and the groups who are going to help you. Find the people that are in life where you want to be and do what they do. Find a role model. Find a mentor. Don't listen to negative people, because here's what happens. People get down, they get depressed, and they go to the wrong people. And what are they going to say? They're going to discourage you. They're going to say, I knew you weren't going to be successful. I knew it. I told you so. Come on down here with me. I'm here for you. I'm dragging you down. Don't be with those people. You know, pray for them, encourage them, but make sure you identify the people that are going to lift you up, encourage you, and are going to help you. And then you list the skills and the knowledge that you need to attain these goals. If you need to study more, if you need to practice your presentation more, we all do, because I'm of the philosophy, once you stop growing, you start shrinking. I'm very successful in this business, but if I think that I've arrived, I'm just going to start losing. There's people in this business that have been around 3 years that I'm learning from. I know technology changes. I have to keep improving. I have to stay up with that, because in order for me to continue to be successful, I have to keep growing and I have to keep learning. And then you develop your plan. You're going to write out your plan on what it's going to take to become successful. You write it all out. And then you list the benefits that you will receive by attaining the goals. So set your goal, plan your work, and work your plan. I want you to do a personal evaluation also. A physical evaluation, a family evaluation, and a financial evaluation. Getting to the physical part, I'll share with you real quickly. About 4 years ago, I went to my doctor, and the doctor said, you're overweight, your cholesterol's high, your sugar's high. I was eating M&Ms, drinking Mountain Dews and all the Cokes and all the garbage stuff, and I was getting tired. My energy level was up and down. I said, I'm going to quit that. I'm going to do the right way, and I lost 35 pounds and have more energy than I've ever had. And don't have to take pills for it either. Family, if you ask your family, what are your habits? Are you a good role model? Are you supportive of others? Are you loving? Do you have a forgiving attitude? Are you spending good time together? Are you respectful? How about financially? Are you setting good goals? Are you saving money? Are you getting out of debt? So these are things I'll get into more in future shows. But again, set your goals, plan your work, and work your plans. I got to tell you, I'm super excited for you. I'm excited for your future. I have this philosophy that if I could do this, I'm just a guy that grew up in Groton, Connecticut that didn't have a clue. If I can do this, you can do this. There's no secret formula. All you got to do is take the opportunity, work at it, never give up, surround yourself with nothing but positive, listen to positive music, read positive music. You may say, are you trying to brainwash me? Yes. I am trying to brainwash you from a negative world into a positive world. So yes, I am trying to brainwash you. No question about it. To me, it's the best absolute brainwashing that you can receive. I want to get more brainwashing. I love it. I absolutely love it. And you should love that too. So listen to some positive things. Find out who you're hanging around with. Are they encouraging you? Are they lifting you up? Are they telling you you're going to be successful? Listen to that good positive music. You are a winner. You definitely are. So I'm praying for you, excited for your future, and just go out and make it happen and have fun. Remember, today is God's gift to you. What you do with it is your gift back to God. Pleasure being with you. Rich Norton from RMS Sales Training and Inspiration. Get inspired, get excited, and have a super fantastic, dynamite, exciting day. I'll see you on the next show.